Guys, LimeWire had hit over $1 just a couple of months ago, and it is now down to under 40 cents. This is not the same LimeWire we used to know 10, 15 years ago when you would download music and get viruses all over people's computer. This is AI project. They've got music in it, NFTs, and all kinds more. But we're going to review what they are working on as a project. Are they still active on X? What the recent price action has looked like, and more. But first, I want to welcome you back to Freeman Finance and Crypto, where if it makes money, it makes sense, guys. I'm truly grateful for every single one of you. And if you are not subscribed, please pause the video, hit subscribe, hit the bell notification, and let's get into the video, guys. So I've had lots of comments under the videos to please review LimeWire again and again. So that's exactly what I'm doing, guys. I always tell you on the Freeman Finance family, ask and you shall receive, guys. So you can see up here, 38 cents. So I just want to do a quick little review of this. They just added this assistant, this AI LimeWire assistant. They have AI generation for images and audio. A few months ago, all this was coming soon, but it is now here, guys. And I've showed y'all before AI generated art where I told it like, hey, make me a Freeman and Finance banner. And it was pretty cool, but they're obviously still working on it. But this is some really good art, guys. Like, look at this. Look at this pig, AI generated. I mean, there's lots of platforms doing this right now, but that is what LimeWire is focused on, is an AI platform for the people. They're saying that people can release music on it and be paid royalties and make that into NFTs versus signing with a record label and stuff like that. But let's really break down the price action and look at how far it has went down before after a really big pump, and then why I think it has personally went down so far. So we see it hit a high of $1.80, guys, and now it's down to 40 cents. But why exactly is that? If we do some math on that right there and kind of measure up, let's just call it this big pump right here, we could see that it was up approximately 150% on that pump. Okay, but it has came down a lot. So let's come in over here and we could see there was a really big pump back here. And so let's kind of measure this just to see if it has ever retraced this much in the past, guys. And so if we come over here, and these are just rough measurements, guys, but we look at that was a 500% pump. And we could see from then that was the end of November to about 2 weeks later, it had a very quick drop off and it went down approximately 70%, 67%. So we have seen big drops in the past. Let's see what the tokenomics look like. We've said before that they are not the absolute best. When we look right now, 29% are currently unlocked, 4% is in the next unlock, and 67% is waiting. So that comes out to 289 million LimeWire are available, with 671 still to come in terms of inflation. This table right here really lets us see. If we look at this table right here, we can see that right here over where my mouse would be, you could see that the step up was very shallow. But right when we got around February and March, that step ladder started getting even bigger. And you can see it really stays pretty big until about a year out from now, guys. So there's two things that will really affect the price with inflation. And that is one, inflation, obviously, and one is lack of buying pressure. If you're getting more tokens put on the market than are being purchased up, or more unlocks and selling pressure versus buying pressure, then the price of the token is gonna go down. And when we look at the unlocks, in 4 days you have another 4% of the allocation being released right here, and that's going to take it up to 4% of the max supply. That'll take it up to 28.9, and then July 15th there will be 13.9% of market cap released, which is 4% of the supply. So this is really a lot of inflation coming, guys. It really is. If we look at though where the price is currently at 38 cents and look at where it was when they were raising money. So they raised money at 30 cents a token, 20 cents a token. 30 cents a token, 16 cents a token. So that's kind of a good sign in the sense that at this point, once everyone's done flushing out their cells, there's not going to be a lot of people sitting on a lot of profit, guys. Look at this. If you bought in around 16 cents, 20 cents, or 30 cents, when we were back here, you were sitting on 20 X's. It makes sense for people to take profits at that point. But when we look at this vesting schedule and we see really around the beginning of this year, the first quarter is when a lot of this unlock period started happening. You could see that's really when the price started to go down pretty quick. If we take a look over just the last like month and a half or something, this is April right here. So let's just go about a month and a half. It's down 70% since then. So that is not a good sign, but tokenomics aside, we know those are bad. But if there's enough buying pressure, maybe the price can go back up and potentially reach that all-time high. So what is the team doing? Has the team changed? They have just released a staking pool, and this was on May 17th, 4 days after the staking pool was released, and they had already achieved 2 million in LimeWire staked with almost 2 million in TVL. And then they released something about kind of their burn event. So that's one thing. They have bad tokenomics, but they do continue to burn tokens. So they had their second burn event at May 28th with 47 million LimeWire tokens burned. I would rather see them just not in circulation, period, instead of people having to rely on them burning them, but whatever. Then they announced May 30th. That's their LimeWire AI chat assistant, which I showed y'all right up here on this right here. Right here, this is their new chat assistant. It's nothing out of the norm from what we've seen other companies do or like a chat GPT, but nonetheless, it's incorporated into their website, and that's pretty cool. And then they have this farming announcement. After 3 successful months of LimeWire token farming, we will pause the program following today's close of the third monthly leaderboard. And it says that this decision was based on two reasons. And if we take a look at these, it's going forward targeted campaigns. We'll use the farming tool for targeted campaigns to boost our marketing efforts and amplify specific announcements. And they've seen a rise in bot and spam activity. So at least when they seen the spam activity, they got on it and tried to solve it. But none of this is really, really good news. The only good news I can really say about it, and guys, of course, none of this is ever financial advice. I'm just got slightly a degen and loves finance, right? Is that they are a part of on-chain summer for Coinbase. A lot of tokens last on-chain summer did very, very well. Coinbase just released their smart wallet. And so anything that's going to be integrated with that and on the base chain, like this is featured, it will be a potential catalyst for it. But I'm kind of surprised to see the publicity slowing down. They did reach 200 followers on X, but we were talking just at the beginning of this year how they were getting a lot of publicity. This is them right there on Fox News. Now, did they pay for that? I don't know. Did they pay for that, or was it just that LimeWire came in and people had nostalgia and remembered that name? But the team is still doxed, and the team is still pretty impressive. They have this is their whole team up here. But if you look at their partners and advisory board, they have someone from the Wu Tang Clan, someone from Algorand, Janine McLean from management of Her. They have people from Wire, Six, PaySafe, Def Jam Records. And if you look at the investors, Crypto.com, Kraken, I mean, they have some big people investing in them. You got to remember, guys, it's not just LimeWire that has been stagnant. Everything is waiting to see what BTC does, guys. If you look from March to now, BTC is flat and people are waiting to see what happens. So, where was March? March is literally when it hit this peak. So, when it hit this peak and Bitcoin stopped going up, people started selling. And you can see right here, there's just not a lot of buying pressure, guys. The last buy was an hour and 46 minutes ago. And then this is like 12 hours worth of buys and sells on one page. So there's just not a lot of volume right now. But you can see that downward trend correlates exactly when BTC stopped going up. So when the bull run kicks off, is LimeWire going to take off again? maybe so, guys. But let me know, are you invested in LimeWire? What do you think about it? What do you think about these token unlocks? And what do you think about this amazing price rise that was very impressive, going from February to April of so much, from 35 cents to almost $2, and now being back to pretty much where it was back in February, guys? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you have any tokens or projects you want me to review, I'd be more than happy to. But guys, watch this video up above. And if you're not a part of the Freeman of Finance family, what are we waiting on? Subscribe. Thank you.